dependent on adrenaline shots that doesn't necessarily help them achieve much in life. You understand? So the clarity of your goal, in essence, is what is going to determine how far you're going to stretch your stress level. You understand what I'm talking about? So if you're pursuing 1 billion, you don't need to call probably what somebody who achieves stress level at 10% as, you don't need to call it stress. This should be your starting point when it comes to building yourself, when it comes to learning and doing. You understand? This should be your starting point. You understand? You should be shooting upwards of 70, 100% stretching before you can now say, yes, today I think I have done enough, I can rest. You understand? I don't know if I'm clear what I'm... So what we've been teaching for the past 7 weeks or for the past 7 days, understand what I'm saying, is for people who are willing to stretch themselves because of the weight or the demand of their goals. You understand? And how can we be rest assured that you're learning what we are being taught? Is from the little assignments you're being given and how consistent you stick with them. For many of you, you just do one video and you pause. You understand? And I won't be surprised if that's the same approach you employ when it comes to meeting people physically. It means that if you meet 5 people today, you will not meet another person for the next 3 days. That's actually not good enough, honestly. Sales is a game of numbers. You can learn as much as you can. I wrote something that, see, for you to get along, you learn. But for you to get ahead, you do. Hope that's clear. Everybody wants to go ahead. Everybody wants to get ahead in life. Everybody want to make success. Everybody want to embrace success. But not many people are willing to do the do. Not many people are willing to employ what they've learned into actions. And that is why the result of many people are very typical the way they are. So when you are taught something, it is not a suggestion. What I'm teaching you guys here is not a suggestion, it's an instruction. And instructions are supposed to be applied, are supposed to be implemented, right? When your boss gives you an instruction, you do it. That is what trainings are. Trainings are instructive manuals. They are instructional. They are supposed to be implemented, not deliberated. You understand? Suggestions are things you can deliberate on. Probably you set out to go sell something and somebody suggested to you, why not go to this part of the city? And that person tells you, okay, why not go to this part of the city? Those are suggestions. At the end of the day, you sit yourself down and you deliberate on them and choose one. But when it comes to instructions, it is for you to go and do. So when you're told that one of the key ways you can be able to stay top of the mind and be able to dominate your market is to consistently churn out educational content. It is not a suggestion. It is an instructional, it's an instruction for you to carry out on. And you will do yourself a lot of disservice if you approach it with a suggestive mindset. That learning you have learned that's supposed to help you will now kill you. Because you didn't receive that learning or that instruction with the right kind of mindset. So you were supposed to do this and do that and know this and know that, go back to your note and read this and read that. Those things are instructions to help you become better, honestly. Because at some point, like I told you guys when we are studying this particular cohort, I told you guys that at some point, the idea is that at some point, you stop chasing. It is actually forgivable for you to begin with chasing. But at some point, you need to begin to attract. Your personal brand needs to become the attractive central point for you. You understand? You should be on your own, sleeping, and people will be beeping you and be sending you messages and be asking you, where do you have properties? Just because of the kind of, social capital you've built using your social brand, social media, personal brand. Hope that's clear. So if you're going to build your social media capacity to that point, it means that you need to do some things now. And that is where consistency plays a role. So when you see someone like me doing out videos every day, it's not because I have all the time in the world. It's because I understand what I'm teaching you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I've seen the dividends of what I'm teaching you, so I have to double down on it. And that is why mentorship like this and trainings like this are good, because this kind of training helps you to cut out the delays. You understand? That is what mentorship helps you to. It helps you to shorten the journey for you. So when your journey is now being shortened and you're receiving those learnings with the wrong mindset, it's to your own detriment. You're supposed to pick the lesson and run with it. Never look back. It becomes a lifestyle. It becomes a new normal for you. You don't even need a motivation for you to sit down, produce content, and post. You don't even need a motivation for you to go into people's DMs and message them and tell them who you are. Those are things you've been taught already. Those are the secrets. So when you hear people say, what is the secret to selling real estate? These are some of the secrets. So if those things are taught to you and you are thinking they are not enough, there are some other things you think you need to know, you are doing yourself a disservice. Why not do this one first? Do it to the letter and now come back and say, okay, I've done it and it didn't work. So what else do I need to do? I don't know if that's clear. So not until you've been able to apply what you learned to the latter, you don't have any right to label any information as a failure. Let it be clear. If you're taught a principle or a concept or a framework and you refuse to apply it to the latter, like you have exhausted it, you don't have the right to target a failed concept or strategy. You need to go back and keep working on it. You understand what I'm talking about? So do not trivialize knowledge. Do not make knowledge look simple. It is not. Yeah. These are years of experience being just given to you on a platter. Many of you I didn't pay. So run with knowledge. Run with it as quickly as possible. Hope that's clear. Okay.
So,
go ahead.
So for you to get along, you learn. For you to get
ahead, you do. Yes. A lot of dreams are slaughtered on the abattoir of learning. So a lot of people are good at reading, watching, learning, stuffing their minds with new information, right? But their results are still not very typical. Because there is no adequate action added to the knowledge. They have not added adequate action to the knowledge they have. So there is no way you're going to get results if you have not done the deeds. I don't know if that's clear. In fact, I prefer to work with somebody who is an astute executioner, somebody who is superbly blessed with the spirit of execution. Like, he just start doing. You just need to call the person back, that's not how to do it this way. He just keep doing that. Somebody who will come and sit first and listen and just go home and do nothing. We call those people time wasters. You don't want to become a time waster in your destiny. This is about your destinies I'm talking about. You don't want to become a time waster in your destiny, right? You have to become an astute executioner, action taker in your own destiny. You have to become, and that actually keeps you on the driving seat to your destiny. If you're not doing what you need to do daily about your business, you are not the driver of your destiny. You are at best a conductor. You understand? If not even a passenger. You don't want to be a passenger in your destiny. You are the mercy of the driver. And the driver could be anything. The driver could be your background. The driver could be your immediate environment. The driver could be the kind of friends you have. The driver could be your mindset that you refuse to change. So if you are a student, if you are a passenger in that kind of setup, those things will lead you to where you don't know. or where you never anticipated you could land. So you need to consistently be on the driving seat of your destiny, and it's through action taking. Honestly. Hope that's clear. So where did we stop last week, Tuesday? Mannerisms, right? So can you refresh our mind on what we spoke about?
I think that was the last part, but I still can't remember.
Who can remember what I mentioned about mannerisms?
It talks about eye contact.
Okay.
Confidence of yours. Eye contact. Confidence of yourself as in how you
Courage.
Yes.
So when it comes to speaking to clients, one thing you must understand, let me just go back to that. One thing you must understand is that first of all, there are humans like you who have needs, who are deficient in some knowledge about so many things. In fact, most of the time they're deficient in knowledge about real estate. Most of the time. Yes, you need to have that at the back of your mind. So that one thing that helps you to achieve is that it helps you to become more confident about yourself and the little you know about real estate. You understand? Because if you go to people based off the fact that they are more successful than you are now, and you begin to think that they know a lot about real estate than you, that will make you to have limited speech. So you begin to have a lot of intrusive thoughts like, am I sure that what I'm about to say now this person doesn't know it? What if the person asks me a question that will throw me off guard? How do I survive it? So all of a sudden you become very much conservative with your words. You're no longer confident with your words, and you begin to overthink rather than do what you need to do at that point. So one thing you must understand from this class today is this: almost all the time, the clients you're going to meet out there, the leads you're going to meet out there, are not very conversant with real estate. They don't have full knowledge about the industry. Hope that's clear. At best, all they know about real estate is just buying land somewhere and building, renting. So if you as a realtor, this is all you know about real estate investment, you get stuck. And that is why you are not permitted to remain at the same level when it comes to your mind about real estate investment. You need to understand the different kinds of real estate investments there is. I think we have handled that already at the beginning of this. We've handled it. So you need to go back to your note and re-establish those facts at the back of your mind again, so that when you step out there, you don't sound like a rookie somewhere who doesn't know what he or she is doing. Yeah, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So why am I saying that? Is because of the way you will carry yourself when you meet this client and how you'll be able to maintain eye contact. Somebody who is confidently knowledgeable about what they carry will confidently, maintain great eye contact and speak to a lead, a client confidently. Hope that's clear. So eye contact is one of the greatest psychology you must employ when it comes to selling real estate. Especially when you're meeting leads physically, you must maintain a healthy eye contact with them. Do not look at them. Do not mope. Moping is not eye contact. Moping is you are astounded. You are starstruck. That's moping. You are like, whoa. That's not moping. There's confident eye contact, just like as I am doing right now, right? Good. Then mannerisms, like I said, is how you carry your body. Do you slouch? Do you put hand on your waist? Do you cross your hands incessantly? Right? Do you twirl your hair as a lady? Do you roll your eyes all the time? Are you always not steady? You are always moving your body. Those things are quite low life. The signal to you might not know, but the signal to the prospect that this person is not confident about what they are saying. They look a little bit confused. So for many of the prospects who don't want to make you feel bad, they will just give you audience. But just know at the back of your mind that sale might be hard. If it's going to pull off, you have by yourself made it very difficult for yourself for it to happen as quickly as possible because of the kind of mannerisms you put forth. You understand? So clients have the money. They want to be sure that the person they're giving their money to is somebody who knows and is confident about what they know. You understand? So the word is hard already for them to take their money and give it to someone that wasted or who doesn't know what their money is going into. You understand? So that is one of some of the mannerisms you should be looking out for personally. So one of the ways to hack this is to go back home and put a mirror and begin to role play. Do it today, right? Role play. Stand in the mirror and begin to look at how you stand when you talk to people, how you look, how you move your body. You understand? Or possibly also go out with somebody. Probably you could have your realtor friends you could choose to be going out with every day or every 2 days, as the case may be, and tell the person to observe you honestly, and give you an honest feedback at the end of the day as to, okay, what do you need to do better as per the way you carry yourself when you're speaking to leads and prospects. Hope that's clear. Any questions? So when it comes to talking to prospects, hand gestures. Let's talk about hand gestures, please. You don't talk to prospect putting your hand at the back or raising your hand like this or slashing it like this. You understand what I'm talking about? You chest out, your shoulders held high, and your chin are parallel to the floor. So it is looking like this. Then your hands are always at tummy level. Make sure it is visible and your gesticulations are rhyming what you're saying. You can't be telling the client that land is in Ethiopia when you're doing like this. Or you are doing like, you understand? Your gesticulation should be on par with what you say. You understand? Now, most of the times, why many people find it very difficult with communicating effectively, physically with prospect is because of fear and lack of confidence. So everything we're saying here, if you don't go back and build up your confidence, number one, through knowledge, because knowledge is the fastest way to build confidence. I'm telling you for a fact. I mean, if you can recall those days in the kindergarten and primary schools, when